Okay, so we have some trouble with the 7410. Yep. Tim, what's the problem with this tractor? Oh. That. You know what that is? That is a broken bolt. And that is a washer to seal up the yeah, damn it. Well, what has happened is it's snapped off. Did you this bolt was snapped off?
It snapped off inside. I could thread it through.
Now, it snapped off when you were tightening it, or it snapped off before you touched it?
Before I touched it.
Okay. Alright, so this is the deal here. We've got a problem. I'm not even 100% sure what this little guy goes to, but we're going to find out. Now, there's a couple of ways we can fix this thing, I think. As you can see, there's a hell of a puddle of oil underneath there. And I think that's the one that holds that control, the clutch control cable plate? Okay. I'm going to have to crawl under there and look. But, yeah, because I haven't looked. Actually, Timothy was the one that was looking under there. But I'm going to find something to lay on because I really hate getting oil on my high-quality shirts, you know. I think they're you know, these high-quality shirts. This is actually a really good shirt, and I've been wearing it for about 12 years, and my elbows have wore through, and I just hate throwing away a shirt that I've worn for so long, and I like it, so I'm cheap that way. I buy John Deere tractors, but I'm cheap when it comes to my clothes, because look, I got holes in my pants, but these are Carhartts. I buy quality clothes, but I like to get every last thread out of them. But anyway, I'm going to crawl underneath here and see what I've got, or see what Tim's got. Ugh, let's see here. Ooh, it's an oily mess. No, not at all. Where the yoke? You're going to have to show me. I'm going to have to look. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so I was under the assumption that it was there, but it's not, even though there is some oil leaking from up there. Why is there oil leaking from up there, do you know?
No.
Well, did you think to investigate?
I did. I didn't see anything.
Okay. That's weird, because I'm thinking that you may need to want to find out where that problem is also. Anyways, it's right here in this body. See, there's a hole right there where the light is. So I'm going to have to get on to that. It's really simple. We're going to pull this drive shaft down, and I have some left-handed drill bits, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill that out backwards, and hopefully the whole bolt will come out. The whole end of that bolt will come out, and I'm going to get another one and put on there and solve my issue. Correct, Amundo?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me see what I got here. First things first, go ahead and get back to what you're doing, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and pull this drive shaft off, which takes a 12-sided 8mm, I think. Alright, so I've got this exposed, and I can probably show you a little better. Right there is what I'm pointing at. I've got some left-handed threaded or left-handed drill bits, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick the drill bit up in there, and I'm going to drill that thing out backwards. And what should happen is it should grab the threads. It should grab the bolt if I push hard enough, and actually unthread it from inside there if I'm lucky. If not, I just drill up through the bolt, and then I got an easy out that I can put on there, and it should just take it right out of there. So that's just the next thing on the list of things to do. I'm going to have to get my drill and my bits, and I'm going to put a little more something down here so that I don't get my back full of oil, and I'm going to attack that right now. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit before I tell you that I actually got it out of there. Okay, so there's a hole, and this is a valve body. I believe it is for the forward and reverse, or your left-hand reverser. As a matter of fact, I know it is. So there's an awful lot of pressure, oil pressure, up in that thing, and it goes in there. Now, I'm going to crawl out from underneath here, right, Tim? He's taking up the Obama position. What's the Obama position?
The way I'm sitting.
Sitting on your ass doing nothing. That's about it, right? Am I picking on you?
Yes.
Just a little. Actually, Timothy has done some work today, which is great. Okay, so here's the little piece that was broken off up inside there, and I'm very, very thrilled that I was able to get it out. Now, hold the camera, please. I'm going to show you what I did and how I did it and why I did it and why it actually worked. Patience is key. Patience is very key, so if you're an impatient person, you're going to have to learn some patience. I know Timothy doesn't have that much patience, do you? You'd be in there smashing it with a hammer, wouldn't you?
No.
I think you would. I've
No.
seen you do stuff like that. So anyway, this little guy here, this set that I have in my hands, is in the Tractor Supply. Yeah, you heard me, the Tractor Supply. Spiral extractor and left-hand drill bit set. Now, I was on my way out of the Tractor Supply about a month ago, and I saw that I had these were left-hand drill bits, and I thought, you know, I've always wanted left-handed drill bits. I've never owned any. I had a neighbor up the road. He had a set, and he's like, you know, if you ever find those, buy them. So I was like, no problem. Had the extractors and everything. So I bought them, and I've used them twice now, and both times to great success. Left-handed drill bits. These cost like $2 in the little bin on the left-hand side as you're going out, the dollar stores. Yeah. And they've got more of them there, and I saw them again, and I was like, you know, I ought to buy another set, but nah, I doubt I even use these. Well, now I've used them twice. I'm almost going to make a special trip in there. So what I did was I took the largest bit that I could find that I could fit up in the hole, and I drilled the very tippy top of this off. Now, the problem was it drilled a little bit off center, which was okay because when I put the smaller bit on there that I knew was going to grab it, it went right into the divot right there and pulled it right out. And there it is. So, kudos to the $5 bin at the what do you call it? The Tractor Supply store, because that saved my ass a lot of work. Now, the hard part is going to be actually finding another one of these bolts. There's a washer, a brass washer on there, because there is pressure behind this bolt. So it's kind of weird because you wouldn't think that today's day and age that they would do something like that. But anyway, I have to find this bolt, even if I have to make a special trip for it. This tractor is right now out of commission until
That bolt is back.
the bolt gets put back in there, because A, I got the drive shaft out from underneath it, and B, I have this bolt that I need to get another bolt for, and it is more than likely a special order John Deere bolt. But I am going to go look it through. It's metric for sure, but I'm going to look through, because I know when I did that 78 or that 7200 John Deere, was that 7200? 6200 John Deere.
6200.
The 6200. I think I had some of these bolts that I had to purchase, so I'm going to go through my parts bins and see.
Didn't you return them or something?
I returned some stuff, but I don't like doing that unless I have to. But anyways, go ahead, shut that off. Okay, so after a few hours of figuring this thing out, I went over to an auto parts store. It is Sunday. Actually, not an auto parts store, a mechanic that I know very well. Thank you, John, for your help. But he did not have what I needed. So what he did was he gave me a bolt out of a starter. And I was thinking of doing that. I do have a couple of starters around here, and they have the right size head on them and everything. But what I would have to do is cut it off, re-thread it, but the shaft of the bolt was just a little too thick. So it wasn't going to work out very well. So I took a chance and I went to Tractor Supply. And wouldn't you know it, they had an M6 1.00 thread by 75 millimeter bolt. And they come in a package of 2. So I bought that for $2 and change. I like $2.25 for the pair of them. So anyways, I just got done putting it up in there. Timothy just got done checking it. And now I'm going to go ahead and crawl my carcass back up in here. There's no oil here, right here. That's where it was. So it's not leaking anymore, which is a plus, because it was pissing all over the place up and under here. Yeah, so that's, I used the same copper washer, and that's just temporary, because when Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to order 3 of those bolts. I'm going to change two of them. 2 of them are special. There's I don't know why they have oil running between them, but they do. So I'm going to change those out. I'll order them tomorrow and get 2 new ones, and I'll put them in. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and put the drive shaft back in, because everything else in under here is good to go. And it's right there. So I'm not going to grease it, because it was the universals were greased when I redid the front end last winter. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and slam that up in there, and hopefully it will work just fine. Okay, so I'm going to crawl back under here. I just got done putting this drive shaft back up in here, and this tractor does have an extraordinarily large amount of hours on it, and it is all hard work. But you can see this. That is loose, and that's on the 4-wheel drive unit. So I'm going to be replacing this yoke. It's just time to do that. It needs to be done. That part is repaired, like temporarily, like I said, but there's enough room I can get in there and put the right bolt in. I don't have to take that all down. The only reason I took it down was to drill that out anyway. So anyhow, that's it. That job is well done. And I normally have Timothy grease this tractor when we grease the trailer, which is what, bi-weekly, right? Every other week. So I'm thinking that while it's in here, I may as well go ahead and grease it. There's a couple of things that got done to this loader tractor that did not make the film, because Timothy did it. It didn't make the channel. So I'm just going to point those out because, you know, they're just worthy of pointing out. These hoses here were starting to get pretty ugly on the hydraulic cylinders. So I had Timothy go down and have new hoses made up down at the local Napa store, because they make them on site there, and it seemed like the smart thing to do. So I had him do that, and it seemed to work out. I haven't had any issues. It's just preventative maintenance, you know. We try to do that here as much as possible. These hoses here, a couple of them were replaced, but I see there should be some new ones put on pretty soon, you know, not like right now, but just the next time I'm down there having hoses built. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, I guess that's it for this tractor. I could start it up and show you that it's not leaking, but that would take up another 2 minutes of my time, and I have other things to do. I know it's not leaking. Actually, Timothy should go and wash this thing. I should make him go wash this thing, because it is pretty dirty. That oil blowing back on here is causing it to, you know, look a little uglier than I want it to be. So, but anyways, yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more.